and welcome to Malmö Restaurant School in Malmö, Sweden. My name is Linda Frey and I've been working as a chef for 35 years. We will show you how to fillet a fish, how to cook the product and use, example, the peel and the liquid. How to get the most out of the product.
We are going to cook pan-fried char with brown eelgrass-butter crumble, served with a roasted almond puree and topped with seaweed caviar, glasswort and roasted buckthorn.
The recipe is sustainable since we use the sea as a food resource. Not only fish but also plants that grow in and near the sea.
We have to start looking into the possibilities of using more from the sea than just fish.
Malmö is a coastal city and all the ingredients we use in this dish can be found close to the city. The potato is a staple food here in Sweden and the almond potato we use for this dish is a well-known delicacy and brings a nutty flavor to this dish.
The pointed cabbage is grown locally and the blue mussels can be found all around the coastline.
The char can be bought from fish farms the year around.
Buckthorn grows wild close to the city and glasswort can be picked along the coastline.
Now, let's make the butter pointed cabbage. We start off by removing the outer leaves and with these we'll make a broth. Now, we will cut the remaining parts into 10 wedges. It's unnecessary to throw away the outer leaves because they are still full of flavor, as long as you wash them. We will start by frying the outer leaves with butter and syrup. We're going to remove the leaves by straining the broth. Season with salt and vinegar to taste. Add the remaining wedges and simmer until soft. Finally, we're going to strain the broth again and mix the broth with the remaining butter to make a fluffy foam. For the garnish, we'll also have stirred buckthorn. Buckthorn are orange berries that grow in almost every corner of Sweden. They are really sour, but if you just add sugar, they become a delicious little add-on to the dish. We know that they're done when the berries are thawed and the sugar has melted.
Today we will make roasted almond potato puree. The almond potato is considered a delicacy in Norway, Finland and in Sweden, but the first thing I would do is to wash and peel the potatoes. We will save the peel due to it being perfect for the flavor when simmering together with the other ingredients. We will roast the peel for about 40 minutes at 180 degrees, and while we do that, we will boil the potatoes. When the potatoes are done, we will set them aside to let the steam evaporate. We will then use a potato press to mash the potatoes. We will boil 3 deciliter cream and 3 deciliter milk together with the roasted potato peel that we made from earlier. Now we'll let it simmer until about half of the liquid remains. When half of the liquid is gone, we will use a strainer to pour the mixture into the mashed potatoes. And be sure to really mix it carefully so we get that smooth texture in our puree.
Let's make the browned eelgrass-butter crumble. We start off by melting 300 grams of butter in a saucepan. We add the milk powder to make it become more crumbly. Then mix it until it turns brown. This will give the butter a really nice nutty taste and smell. When the butter is done, we will put it through a fine strainer so the clear butter and the sediment get separated. We save the clear butter for later and we put the brown sediment on a paper so it dries up a little bit. Lastly, we will mix it with the dried seaweed so we get a really nice and tasty crumble. For the toppings, we are just going to slice some small rings of the green onion that will look nice on the plate later. And then we put the rest of the green onion on the grill with some salt for a good taste and color. The seaweed caviar is just going into a piping bag for easier plating and the glasswort is just going to be put in a bowl of ice cold water. This will make our glasswort much more crispy.
Now I'm going to show you how to fillet the char. It has very slippery skin, so it helps a lot to work on a dry surface. Place the first cut behind the head and thin, down to the spine. Take a firm grip and follow all the way back to the tail. Remove the belly thin. Make a defined cut right under the radial bones and fillet down gently, turning the knife up towards the bones. Do the same thing on the other side. Pin bones are a row of bones that sit right next to the back. Pull the bones backwards with the knife to get them to stand up. Then you take the tweezers and remove the bones. Cut your fillet lengthwise, salt your fish and place the fillets in a tray with the skin side up. Now for the blue mussels that we are going to decorate our dish with. Start by rinsing and scrubbing them in cold water and remove the beards. Mussels must be cooked alive, and a good way to check this is by tapping the open mussel lightly on the table. The mussels then closes if it is still alive. Start by sauteing the shallots in a skillet with garlic in some oil for about 3 minutes. Add the wine and let boil for 2 minutes under a lid. Next, add your mussels and let boil for about 3 to 5 minutes. I choose to add the mussels in boiling wine rather than putting them in immediately. If there are remaining mussels that don't open, you can throw them away. I will save the liquid for another dish.